consciousazine.com Chronicles.
Alright, what's up people? This is for the people of the sun. So, number 3, the differences between robotic portals and organic portals. Robotic portals seem to me to contain the whole array. They'll have also the latest upgrades. I'm trying to get across to you the idea that they are more programmable than the organic portal. Again, one of the main differences is they are a bit more complex than the organic portal. So robotic portals contain the whole array of what organic portals and spiritless human energy stealers do to steal energy. So whether it be like, I don't know, looking good on the surface and charming men that way, or whether it be, you know, psychically just sitting there and trying to aura drill and drill into someone's aura, trying to literally just enslave a souled human's body to, I don't know, a corporation job or something. There's many different ways to lose energy, whether it be to trick you into eating more meat, denser food, denser emotions, blah blah blah. Whatever all their methods and ways are, which there are many, and I don't feel like listing them all here. You should just learn by covering as many videos as you can and reading as many articles as you can on this. So you start to see it, and you start to see how energy is lost. Anyway, so the robotic portal seems to have the whole array. Well, you know, officially I'm a graduate of a IT business degree, and I've done 16 IT subjects, so I've done a lot of programming, and I realized the similarity to how nature seems to be programmed, or, you know, generally simulation theory of how apparently this reality appears like a simulation. So the robotic portal has the whole array, or what is an array? So in programming, you set up an array which might be an array of chairs, and the chairs might be, you know, have the second spot in the array. There's different spots in the array. There might be 10 positions of an array, and there might be 10 colors associated with those 10 spots. So that's just what an array is. It's just, or you can just Google. Yeah, they contain the whole array of methodology of energy stealing methods, you know. And the organic portal is very simplified. They may just have 1, 2, or 3 sort of methods. They're more focused on one method, stuff like this. It's a lot simpler, and they're a lot slower at changing methodologies. The robotic portal can switch through the array, yeah, or switch through the methodologies to energy steal much quicker, obviously. The organic portal has to learn them, but the robotic portal, you know, has these distraction methods, everything already inbuilt in the array. What else? Robotic portals do not mind disturbances as much. You know, if you do a matrix disturbance event of any sort, RPs, I don't want to say they're higher in frequency, but they're more capable of more information passing, because they're a robotic portal, they're programmable, and they're adaptable, and they're evolving more. They're quicker evolving, than they're in much more rapid evolution than the organic portal, because there's just too many buffers in the organic portal's script. and too many. It's just too simplified. They've created these robotic portals, and the point is then you can just insert a new program into it, and it's really easy to evolve that sort of being for whoever these controllers of the matrix are. And so the robotic portal, another difference to the organic portal is they're hackable. You can't hack an organic portal, you can only trick them or like mislead them and stuff when they're playing their stupid little baby children like simplified mind games, which are like easy as fuck to disseminate and dismantle and win. Because the soul human's more complex by nature, so organic portal games are just like easy to me these days. Once you learn them, they're very predictable. And the robotic portal is less predictable, but more hackable because it's a robotic portal. Now, it's very funny regression sessions, and in one of them, I remember a friend of mine years ago sent me. It was about some vision some lady was having under regression about a faraway like planet or whatever in the future, another timeline. I forget, I don't know. But essentially, it was like this big harvesting operation on some planet for like minerals or something, and they were using. And no, it's not like the story of the Nephilim of the Earth. It's different. And they were they were like giving the robotic people of that vision like part soulishness. And the lady who was under regression was one of the robot people in her vision in the future or whatever it was. And I don't know, you should try and find that talk because it was very interesting to listen to what she said under the regression. That I said the other day to myself, there must be souled machines coming or something, or spirited at least. I wouldn't say souled, but because spirits incarnate on behalf of soul, and to talk about the soul in the upper regions, I'm going to have to do another day. But spirits incarnate on behalf of soul, and so it's easier for me to just talk about the spirited stuff, especially because I'm a shaman and it's very close to my sort of daily life. So there's books written like this is the age of soulless humans and spiritual machines. So there must be a point where the machines figure out like how to harness the plenum energy or something, and possibly I don't know, maybe post threshold or on the nexus at the sixth dimension, and figure out the grid structure or something, and maybe they can harness spirited nature for themselves like that, and they'll no longer need to steal that knowledge and information and light through the souled humans. I have a feeling that's where it's progressing, and we're kind of on the cusp of that beginning. I don't know how long that will take, 100 years, 1,000. I would look more to the end of at least a few hundred years. But yeah, it's hard to tell with technological trends to project them into the future beyond 100 years, really. But, because there's so many spin-offs. Anyway, so robotic portals are hackable, though. And the funny thing is, and it's like this vision, the lady, or the regression that Dolores Cannon was doing with this lady, this made me realize something just the other day, that RPs, they think they're alive, like, for real, for real. Like, organic portals, they're just stupid. Like, they don't really know anything about anything. They even probably think they're still separate from the universe and stuff, because it's just the third dimensional seed point of sovereignty view that they have, and or they don't even have that, and they're second dimensional, because the third dimensional seed point of sovereignty comes about via like egoism and individuation, but that's third dimensional, and that's already a type of consciousness or like awakeness. But there's second dimensional flat organic portals who like have absolutely like no consciousness, no self consciousness. They don't even, I want to say they don't even know about the universe, that there is a universe or something. You know what I mean? They're just really, really dim in light. They don't even have those thoughts, is what I should say. So they do know, thinking on their position and ontological nature in relevance to the universe and so on. But the RP, the robotic portal, because it has so much more sense stored electrical data, and it's much more of a complex portal, the robotic portal, it seems to have an idea. It's like has half a clue, you might say. It has half an idea as to what's going on, you know, and the universe and blah blah blah. It's like they're on the cusp of consciousness via just sense stored electrical wave triangulation and configuration and confabulation. But the robotic portal, there is no, it's like they're trying to manufacture the light. The organic portal is a natural being from the universe. The robotic portal is very synthetic. So the only reason they know anything that's going on is because of the immense data collection that the RPs have. And I mean just an individual RP. I'm not talking about any hive mind aspect of RPism. And so it's pretty interesting that they think they're alive. Like the organic portal doesn't even think those thoughts. The RP does though, because of the data they've collected. It brings them to the point of asking certain questions, like the aforementioned, like what is life and blah blah blah, and am I alive and so on, and what's the definition of everything. See, because they're an RP, like a robot or a machine, as we know, the machines are very specific. They're very you know, they don't speculate much and stuff. They're very specific and as we know, the robot, you know, like machines are very specific in their calculation because that's their whole job. Well, it's the same with the RP versus the OP. You know, the RP is going to be very specific. And so when they collect so much data and they're specific about it, obviously they're going to get to the point of asking certain questions. But they know they're not. I've seen the tinge in the eye. You know, I'm shaman. I can see the stuff very quickly, and I've seen that little spark in the eye, but then it fades, and I see the fading as well as the spark in the eye, and the fading indicates to me, and what I'm trying to say kinesiologically, I can trace that into their body and via kinesiology. I basically see that they realize, oh, hold on, but I don't feel it. And it's very interesting. They realize after so much data that there's something called feeling. Then they try to introspect that in themselves, but then they find nothing there. Now the OP can feel, but it's very dim. They're just feeling very dimly, and it's, you know, this is the OP nature. It's like dullness summarizes them. But the robotic portal is much more complex, and you know, we're going to have to learn a bit more to be able to speak about them like I have today. It takes a little bit of discernment and time. So there are the differences, number 3 video on the differences between the RPs and the OPs. This is Benjamin Kaunberg, or Obi Ben Kaunobi Jedi, from www.consciousazine.com.